Working in travel technology for about 15 years. I've built several different applications and systems. I sold my last business to an investor pool that owns Nitecrawler today. We transacted $2.5 billion across our unified booking systems, over 8 million room nights. We've employed over 3,000 call center agents in 9 different countries. And yada, 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 yada. I have a great background in travel and technology. You don't get to talk all night about it. What I want to talk about, and I want each of you, if you would just maybe give me a minute of your time, I want you to think about the next big trip you want to take. And it's got to be to someplace you've never been before, okay? Someplace you've never been, you've always wanted to go to. Can everyone kind of think about that? Any volunteers of where they want to go? There's no wrong answer.
South Pole.
The South Pole. Okay, Mars is a good one. That's Mars. All right, we got Elon Musk in here. Anybody else? India. Okay. Now I want you to think about the research process you go through to go to India. Have you never been to India? If you're like many of us, that research process starts on a search engine. Or maybe you go to a social media channel. Once you kind of figure out, in India, you kind of figure out where you want to go, then you start jumping into the meta search engines to figure out, well, what hotel do I want to go at? What's the star rating? What's my average daily rate? That's the reality of today's travel. And what I want you to think about is, what does the next generation of travel look like? And the next generation of travel removes a lot of the human element today from that entire discovery process. And so a big part of what it is personalization. And it's utilizing many tools today, specifically machine learning, as you all know, is one arm of artificial intelligence, to better understand you as a consumer and what you need, and to remove a lot of the frictions that exist. Another big piece is it'll be a unified experience. You don't have to jump back and forth from site to site, right? That technology should do what it does to make our lives easier. Connecting homes and hotels. And a hotel has 10 different ways to sell the property, and I'll talk about that. And it's connecting it all together. Another big piece is it has to be simple, right? It has to remove the complexity. It has to remove this search that's so confusing to all of us. It has to remove the price comparison elements as well. This is going to happen. This will happen in travel. The question is, who's going to do it? The other big piece is that there has to be trust. When you think about, we've all done this, you link out to a site, and all of a sudden, the price changes, and why did the price just change? It's because there are hidden fees that aren't disclosed. And blockchain is the perfect solution for creating a very transparent marketplace. So the big question is, this is such a great world. Why is it not already happening? Why is travel so far behind? And the reality is, this is why. Because you visit 38 websites through that process. And guess what? People make a lot of money as you jump back and forth from site to site. And the people making the money, they're the meta search engines. Right? They're the ones who sit as brokers, both from an advertising revenue standpoint and brokers of travelers. And they sit in this middle place where they're able to extract you as a consumer value. You are the product. They monetize you. This is just one example of how frustrating it is to use the meta search engine today. You never know what you're going to get. There's no apples to apples comparison. This makes no sense. Why does it make no sense? Because 80% of the revenue comes from advertising. And so in this example, what is the incentive of a meta search engine? It is to get you as a consumer, you are the product, to click on as many outbound advertiser links as possible. Trivago makes between $3 and $4 for every outbound click. So you click on 2, great. You click on 10, even better. And so there's this balance of Trivago, of the meta search engines, offering you a user experience that's just good enough for you to come back, but not really giving you what you need, because they're not aligned with your needs. And this is the costs are incredible. And 4 years ago, as a large advertiser myself, spending money in Google AdWords, our cost per click were 40 cents. And then Google saw all the money that was being made in the meta search engines and thought, I want to get in that game too. And so 4 years ago, they created their own product called Google Hotel Ads to compete directly against Trivago and Kayak. And those 40-cent cost per clicks are now $6. It's unsustainable. The advertising spend is unsustainable. And in the end, it's all of us who receive increased cost as a result of that advertising. And here's just a great slide that talks about how disproportionate advertising spend is in the travel industry compared against similar peer sets in e-commerce. And then again, in the end, inherently we all know that going to a meta search engine, you don't trust what they tell you. And there's a reason that you don't trust. And it's very well founded. It's because they're hidden fees, the reviews often you can't trust. And this is one that blows me away. There are players in the travel industry that will charge you 21% just for you to use their website. And so if you think about the future, what if there was a better way to travel? What if there was a better way to research travel? What if there was a better way to access the global inventory that's already there today? And I believe that Nitecrawler is a solution, mainly because we've been building technology in this space for 15 years. We've seen where it started, we know where it's going. And it's a large addressable market globally. And the real kind of fundamental of what we've built is understanding how homes and hotels distribute their inventory and then connecting to the 10 different ways they distribute it. Right? So you have to connect to the online travel agencies. You have to connect to the channel managers. You have to connect to all the private rate inventory that sits in bed banks and wholesalers and defense rates. And by having all of this unified on one platform, you have a broad view of what the travel industry really is from a price perspective. And as we built this, we realized, hey, there's a much better way to travel. And this is Nitecrawler today. What we've done is we've taken a multi-night search called 6 nights. We've broken that up into components of 1, 2, and 3 nights, and then shot those components across our entire booking engine. And what happens is if you break that night up into components, you can save money at an individual room night level instead of searching it across one single chain. So here you'll see it jump in. It starts to do its magic, where it's taking your multi-night stays, breaking into components, it's shopping across. These are public rates. These are just online travel agency public rates, saving you 20%. Once you jump into the private rate inventory, this is for anyone that travels more than 6, 7 days a year, there's no need to pay retail again. Let's get you into our membership area, let's get you behind a paid firewall, and we can expose to you the wholesale rate, the net rate inventory. As we started building and as we started doing rate searches, we realized that there was a massive opportunity for us to create a brand and a product around this, and so we filed our first patent in 2014. Happy to say it was issued in 2017. The underlying technology that sits behind this is a neural network. That there's a lot of data cleansing issues in travel, and the neural network boils down those issues and creates one unified platform. So saving 15% using public rates. Here's our boring patent. The real power is getting you behind a paid firewall where you can access wholesale inventory and never pay retail again. The other big piece that we're focused on is writing non-person identifiable information to a blockchain. Right? Creating a travel-specific repository of data for our pricing engines, for true price visibility, to add transparency and trust to a system that lacks it completely, in my opinion. And then doing those things that we just talked about. Adopting some of the great technology from from dating sites, where they understand who you are and what your needs are because you've told them, and then presenting you with a better experience through the way, a much simpler experience. Unifying this inventory. If you're going on vacation, you want to spend the first night in a hotel, then you want to stay in a home for 3 nights, and you want to stay in a hotel at the end, there's no way to marry those together as one single transaction. And that's what we're doing. And then obviously the reason I'm here is because our target audience today in our alpha are cryptocurrency holders, right? Allowing you to travel with crypto, not just Bitcoin, but a lot of the major cryptos. And then our utility token functions more than just a platform credit. We're showing you as users, what is your most powerful asset? It's your home, it's your apartment, it's your flat. How many of you rent your homes? Probably not many on Airbnb or VRBO. But what we can do is show you a way, if it's meaningful to you. If you give us your address, we can look up your address and find out the demographics of your neighborhood, the size of your home. If you don't want to do that, I probably wouldn't, step one. And ease, you can give us your neighborhood. You can tell us number of rooms, number of bathrooms. We can do a real API look and find out what the value of your home most likely would be. Or we can look at historical data and say, hey, from December 15th to the 21st last year, we saw a dramatic price increase. You might think about listing your home during that period. But in the end, this is a very disruptive technology to the owners of meta search companies, right? And there are 3 of them, 3 main players in the industry. We both partner with and compete against them. We pull inventory from all of these providers, but we compete against the meta search engines that are in their portfolios. And that would be Trivago. You can see what it was purchased for, Skyscanner, Kayak, Hotels Combined, that Booking Holdings is in the middle of purchasing right now. So this is my first time here in Seoul, so first time in Korea. Excited to be here. We have a very aggressive token sale around this product, both the time-based element as well as an investment size for our utility token. And I can bore you with all the details. You can come talk to me if you want about exactly what we're doing. I'd love to talk to you about it. We've offered 510 million tokens at a cost of 22 cents with a very aggressive PR strategy to maintain public awareness around what we're building and where we're headed. And we've got an amazing team. And I haven't talked about them at all tonight, but we have experts in each of our fields. Our CTO ran the ad bank ICO earlier last year. Lucky to have him on. We've got experts in machine learning, data science, an incredible development team as well. But more excitingly, our roadmap is very easy to look at. You can see our first GitHub commit. You can easily see all of our trademarks filed. Happy to show you exactly all the different consumer sites that we've built along the way. And in the future, we're highly, highly focused on getting our alpha out, which is crypto only, and then our beta out, which allows beyond crypto users to allow travelers of fiat to come in and use the power of the platform that we created. So in conclusion, say goodbye to these nodes, say goodbye to the old way of doing travel, and hello to the future. Love to have you guys come and talk to us more. Thank you so much.